Welcome to some more Magic the Gathering, or welcome back if you've watched some of my videos before, but we're playing some more Pauper. This time I found this list called Jund Gardens, and it was very, very cheap for me to finish out since I already owned the more expensive cards. So I wanted to give this a try out. I love the Jund colors, so let's talk about what's going on here. Land-wise, we're a little all over the place with our lands. 2 Ash Barrens, 1 Bojuka Bog, 4 Great Furnace artifact lands, 4 Khalni Garden token lands, 3 Rakdos Carnarium bounce lands, 1 Slagwoods Bridge artifact indestructible land, and then we have 5 basic lands between 2 forests, 2 mountains, and 1 swamp. That's that's our land base. It's one of the crazier ones I've seen in Pauper. Deck wise though, we have 4 Chromatic Stars, which is sacrifice Chromatic Star, add 1 color, any mana. When it's put in the graveyard from battlefield, draw a card, which is important that you don't have to sacrifice it to its own effect to get that ability, because we'll have other cards that allow us to blow this up to draw a card off of it. 4 Experimental Synthesizers, that's a hard word for me to say. Enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card, so a little bit of card advantage. And then you can sack it for 3. You get the same effect as when it enters the battlefield, or leaves the battlefield, I guess it should say, because it says enters or leaves. But it also creates a 2/2 samurai token with vigilance. We are a token deck, which is why we have 4 Kuldotha Rebirths, which I just played recently in the Goblin deck. Sacrifice an artifact and create 3/1/1 Goblin tokens. Rites of the Initiate, which is a 1-drop instant speed, 1 red. Discard any number of cards at random. Creatures you control get +1/+0 into end of turn for each card discarded this way. So potentially we could just dump our hand and go wide, which would be kind of cool. 4 Cloakwood Swarmkeepers, which I've played a good handful of. That's whenever a token enters the battlefield, it gets a +1/+1 counter on it. It is worth noting it's only per turn. Pretty much, because I don't know if maybe if we played 2 Kuldotha Rebirths and this triggers already once, if it will trigger again, I don't know. But it will only get 1/+1/+1 per rebirth. So that's worth noting, I think. But this guy can still get really big really quick. 3 Glimmer Bairns. Sacrifice a token. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And 1 Rancor to, I guess, probably give this guy trample, would be my guess. But potentially could just get really big and swing in for game. 3 Ichor Wellsprings, enters the battlefield or is put into the graveyard, draw a card. 4 Deadly Disputes, as additional cost, sacrifice a creature or an artifact, draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. So we could potentially hit our Chromatic Star or Ichor Wellsprings to basically draw 3 cards for 2 and get a treasure token. 2 Makeshift Munitions, which apparently I didn't get from the same set. Whoops. 1 sacrifice an artifact creature. It deals 1 damage to any target. So we could burn them to the face with all of our many tokens we're creating. We can dump a bunch of our lands, hit them to the face, or we could pick off their board. So pretty good. 4 Mogg War Marshals, enters the battlefield or dies, creates a token. So we could trigger Cloakwood pretty nicely with it. And 4 Sprout Swarms, create a 1/1 green Sapperling creature token. It's a 2-drop, or it has Convoke with buyback, which I need to look up real quick what buyback is, because it's been a while since it's a key ability that appears on instants and sorceries. It provides an optional additional cost that the player casts the spell with buyback may pay as they cast it. If the player does, as the spell finishes resolving, that spell card is put back into their owner's hand rather than the graveyard. And we can Convoke. So we could potentially just reuse this, I guess. Mechanic, I'm not really. Convoke and buyback are mechanics I've never really used much. So we'll see how that goes. We have in the sideboard 3 red elemental blasts, 3 Ancient Grudges, 2 Serene Hearts, 4 Weather the Storms, 1 Relic of Progenitus, and 2 Spidersilk Armors, which is an enchantment that all creatures get 0+1 and have reach. That'd be really good against the fairies matchup, or one of them that's running not Arms of Hadir, but the other one. What's the other one called? The other board wiper. Suffocating Flames. Right? I think that's what it's called. But that's the deck. We're just gonna pump out a bunch of tokens and hopefully swing for lethal. So let's see if we can't get into a game. Oh yeah, I need to change. I need to change this over here. My bad. Unfortunately, we're not 3-0 currently. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in this deck. I kind of looked at the list. I was like, this is kind of cool. Create a bunch of tokens, hopefully swing in for game. Seems fun. Seems like something something I want to do in Magic. So, and like I said, it was really cheap because I basically just needed the Stars, Wellsprings, Sprout Swarm, Glimmer Bairn, Rite of Initiates, and the Spidersilk Armor. And they're all pretty cheap. Spidersilk Armor being probably the more expensive at like, what was it, $2 a copy, which there's only 2 in the deck, so not too bad. There we go. It's like maybe we get into a game. Would like to go first. I'm gonna turn this stuff off. I'm gonna keep. It kind of stinks that we have to Cloak Swarm turn 2, but it's worth keeping, I think. Create a lot of tokens, and we can bounce it with Rakdos Carnarium. Turn 2, I'm gonna go Cloakwood and dump the other Khalni Garden, just so we have a 2/2 on the field. Like, come on, words, help me out here. They're gonna play Delver. I'm gonna have Force Spike. That'd be super annoying. Next turn, I'm probably gonna throw down. Probably throw down the Ichor Wellspring to draw a card. Also worth noting that Chromatic Star could probably help smooth out some like weird mana costs. No flip on the Delver is pretty nice. Ah, they're gonna snap. That's rude. Snap is such a frustrating card. I wish it would get banned. I just don't like playing against it. It's not fun. It's really not fun at all. So now the question becomes, do we want to play the Cloakwood this turn, or do we just want to go the Ichor Wellspring route? It is worth noting, too, we don't have... They're going to have a ninja, too. We don't really have much sideboard stuff. I mean, not sideboard, mainboard stuff. Hmm. That was interesting. So if we play Cloakwood... Let's just play the Cloakwood. Play Chromatic Star. Play Canarium. Pick up the Garden. Impasse. Definitely the elemental blasts are coming in. Yeah, I hate Snap. That card is so frustrating. Well, I think the Spidersilk Armor is definitely coming in, too. Throw one of our plant tokens into the way. Are they going to miss a land drop here? They don't replay Delver. It makes me think they're holding either Snap or Counterspell, which would be pretty annoying. Snap would be really annoying. Well, I'm going to attempt Ichor Wellspring here. See what they do. Let's see if that baits out a counter. Maybe. Opponent's really thinking about it, aren't they? Goes through. What we get? Sprout Storm, huh? That's kind of interesting, ain't it? Can't buy it back, though. Which kind of sucks. Oh, Spell Starter Sprite. Go away. Nobody likes you. Gonna block and then convoke. Make a 1/1. Snaps his own ninja. Make a 1/1. I don't understand this play path of snapping your own ninja. This is a really strange play to me. My only guess was like you could like pick back up Spell Starter Sprite, but then well, I guess you're not tapped down. I guess. And they're probably looking for a third land. Just makes you think like maybe how bad their hand is. They're willing to snap that away to just get in with Ninja. Debating it, aren't they? Don't know what their game plan is, but I'm probably going to Mogg War Marshal and Chromatic Star. Play one of our Gimmers here. So I'm going to say they're probably going to attack Ninja, and then they're hoping to draw land, which I don't know what they would have spells the one card, you know, the one thing. What is that card called? It's the one drop that the not in this deck. Spells Pierce. That's the word I was looking for. Spell Pierce. And they scoop it, okay. And they leave. Alright, I'm gonna take that as a 1. Fairies is annoying. Ninja fairies. I guess it wasn't really fairies, but yeah. Ninja fairies is annoying. I'm gonna take that as a win. Welcome into round 2. And no, this is a mulligan. Ooh. I don't know about this one either. Probably a mulligan. Trying to think. Yeah. All right, we're going to keep this one. Let's go down. Think about going down the Mogg War Marshal and the Glimmer Bairn. Using Synthesizer and Ichor Wellspring to draw more cards. I don't know if that's the right mulliganing or not, but that's what I'm doing. I feel like I have my mic on here very well. Just gonna fiddle with it for a second. Cloakwood was an interesting draw. Yeah, I don't know. Mike just doesn't feel like it's completely on there. Is this Boros Bully? Or is this the Mardu Synthesizer? It's hard to tell. That's the world we're in now. Yeah, let's just keep gardening up here then. Next turn, just play the other garden and then Wellspring. Or maybe we'll play Great Furnace and then Experimental Synthesizer. I don't know. Might just Synthesizer next turn. Play the Great Furnace and then Synthesizer. I don't know. I feel like Cloakwood Swarmkeeper is probably dead. Yep. Yeah, I might just Synthesizer then this next turn. Glint Hawks. This is probably the Mardu Synthesizer. Maybe it's just Boros Synthesizer. Everybody's running this card now. Makeshift Munitions is kind of interesting, I suppose. I mean, if we get nothing good off of this, not bad. Let's play it. What are we bringing in against this deck? Ancient Grudge. Probably really about it. Oh, they have Wildfire? That's interesting. Oh yeah, probably to blow up our lands. Or Skyfisher is going to bounce the Synthesizer. Well, Suffocating Fumes and Cleansing Wildfire, it's definitely not coming down anytime soon. They are Mardu, which is worth noting, I suppose. That guy. What do I want to do? Makeshift Munitions isn't going to do a whole lot. Debating if I just want to play Makeshift Munitions now or Ichor Wellspring. Cycle the Chromatic Star and Ichor Wellspring. Play the Makeshift Munitions now. Because next turn, we can play Ichor Wellspring and then start picking off our artifacts and deal with something, maybe. Another synthesizer? That's pretty good. You get a land they have not played for turn yet. And an Ichor Wellspring. They also had a pretty good turn. Gonna hit us for a little bit here. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I can only make a 10-10. That could be fun though, right? Synthesizer. Alright, let's play Synthesizer, see what we get off the top. Alright, because the idea is we're going to make some tokens next turn, I think. And let's see if they decide to block. I doubt they do. Glendhawk, probably pick up one of the synthesizers. Whew. Well, they can't cast Deadly Dispute, so there's that. Never mind. They probably just gonna Ichor Wellspring away, Deadly Dispute away this Ichor Wellspring, I would assume. Yep. Draw 3 cards, get a treasure. I mean, we're about to make 1,000,000 tokens anyway, so. I don't know about this matchup, though. The Spidersilk Armor is coming in for sure, too. What do you got for 2 red? Wildfire? Okay. They have all the mana in the world, too. Ancient Grudge comes in, and so does the Spidersilk. I don't think we're going to get this game won. We're pretty far behind. Not the worst draw. Okay. I just tapped wrong, didn't I? Son of a bitch. I still get to. Okay. So let's tap you. Tap you. Stack you. Another makeshift munitions, doesn't matter. Play you. Pick up you. And now... This is all we can do to stay someone in this game, is to just stay aggressive. Eat one of our goblins. Kill their dude, hit him for 4, and pass. Ah! Journey to nowhere. Really? Lame. This Mardu synthesizer deck is like super good. It just feels like it always runs on full steam ahead every time I play against it. Not gonna lie, I don't know what our plan is next turn. They have so many cards in hand, they gotta discard. Yeah, this deck's really strong. Oh, come on. Got flooded. Just a little bit. Play the garden. Just debating with synthesizer what I want to do. Make another token. Ooh, Deadly Dispute, huh? Can't cast it. Which sucks, but is what it is. Alright. One, two. Okay. Just like I wanted. And then we can Sprout Storm. Suffocating Fumes would be a pretty big tilt. I mean, why even have to draw cards when you can just play cards off the top of your deck the whole game? You know? I mean, they're down to 28 cards already. This deck just feels like so strong. Another synthesizer, they get a plains. They have played a land this turn, I'm pretty sure. I think it's going to hold back the dork. Nope. That's kind of alarming. Yeah, oh, they just have double Gal Blast. That's super frustrating. That's really frustrating. Ancient Grudge. I won't Weather the Storm. Bring in maybe 2. I don't think we're Rites of the Initiating this game. Could be wrong. Makeshift Munitions doesn't seem as good either. Again, could be very wrong though. Let's go down. What do I want to go down? Maybe the one Rancor. They're not a traditional burn deck. Let's do this. Let's do this. We'll just bring in the one Weather the Storm. Because they're not like traditional burn. I'm gonna keep. I'm not in love with this hand. That's kind of interesting. Rebirth away the star. We get another star. Would like another land here. They get it a land. Yeah, I would like preferably a green source, but any land. Okay, that's a green source. Um, let's just attack for 3 and then play the Ichor Wellspring. Okay. Hope they don't Suffocating Fumes this turn. Okay, they're not. Well, I guess they could elect Trickery. I think if we can slam the Spidersilk Armor down, we'll be okay until they Journey to Nowhere. Which I don't know if Journey to Nowhere can hit everything. Is it creatures only? I'm not sure. Another garden. Attack for 3 again. Slam you down. And I might just... do that. We get a synthesizer of our own for next turn. We have a lot of creatures. Electricity doesn't kill them, and neither does Suffocating Fumes, which I'm hoping is our main... I hope they don't have Arms of Hadir. That would be really rough. Can't imagine they have that many board wipers. Or Skyfisher flick the synthesizer again. My goodness, that's a hard word for me to say. They should name magic cards differently. All right. We get another one. Sprout Storm is interesting. Oh, I don't want to play that Rakdos Carnarium. Do want to play the Sprout Storm though. We can get in for 2, but they just pick off 2 of our guys. Is that fine? I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to do it. That's about how I feel about that. I'm just going to do it. That synthesizer for about the 1 millionth turn. So they have makeshift munitions too. So Spidersilk Armor is definitely worth bringing in. That's for sure. Navigator's Compass. Sure, they're just back up to basically full life again. This deck's really annoying to play against. It really is. Probably just pick up Navigator's Compass. Yep. Yeah, this deck's really annoying to play against. Ooh, Ancient Grudge. Let's cycle this first. Nice. Play you. Play. I'm gonna Ancient Grudge away, Synthesizer. Um, all right, we got a decent board. Now it comes back Compass again, so they are just back to 20 now. Which is so frustrating. My plan is like eventually going to Sprout Swarm here. With buyback is what I want to do. I don't imagine they attack into me. I'd be really surprised. Another Compass, really? This deck is probably one of the more frustrating decks, in my opinion, to play against. I find it very obnoxious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make 1,000,000 tokens. Chromatic Star. Do I want to make a token or Deadly Dispute? I think I want to Deadly Dispute the synthesizer away instead of making a token. Okay. Should have tapped that garden for mana. That was dumb. Play Chromatic Star. Really don't feel like there's much of an issue attacking with Cloak Swarm. And then we can... I feel like we need to blow up one of the navigator's compasses. It's either that or the synthesizer. I'm gonna regret this decision, but if they can not play a card from synthesizer this turn, that's probably better. Probably. We need kind of like a big deal card, though. Like what they're playing right now. Arms of Hadir. Super annoying. So they literally have every board wiper card on the face of the planet then. Yeah, they just literally have every board wiper card on the face of the planet in their deck. That is super annoying. Go away. I hate playing against this deck. It's super annoying. Sure. Whatever. Their third synthesizer, sure. Deck is super frustrating to play against. I mean, we're going to slowly build our board back up. I wouldn't even say slowly, probably pretty quickly. Now replay your synthesizer. I know you want to. Nope, they're not going to. That's surprising. Sure. Start building back up the plant army. 8, 9. I think I'm just going to attack here, honestly. Love a couple more of those Ancient Grudges that are in our deck somewhere. Cycle you. Play you. Play you. Half tempted to just cycle this again. I think I'm gonna. Okay. So we can buy back. One, two. Okay. I'm just going to do this now while they're tapped down. So they potentially can't snipe this other Cloakwood Swarmkeeper. We are 1 mana shy from being able to cast it again with buyback. So that's a thing, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I don't know how many synthesizer triggers they've hit, but it's been a ridiculous amount. Probably get back there. Glendhawk. Glendhawk recycles synthesizer for the millionth time. This deck's like playing against a Monopoly person who just like so bleeds you to death. It's just like, just win already. If we go to game 3, I mean, that's is what it is. It's game. Like, there's no... That right there's game. Alright, let's go to game 3. I'm tired of playing you. I hate that. I hate that synthesizer deck. I really do. I mean, I think I would enjoy playing it. I should say. I despise playing against it. It is super not fun to play against. Just every deck I've played against that. Maybe it's just me, probably. But it's just like every deck I've ever played against that synthesizer deck, I just felt like I'm doing nothing again. Like they're just playing solitaire and they just eventually win. I just feel like nothing I do, and I've played against it a bunch recently, where it's like nothing I do matters, like at all. It's just they win. They always win. It doesn't matter. I guess we could cycle the Ash Barrens for a forest. I'll keep. We'll just lead on Bojuka Bog. We could draw. Need a snoot. Seed of Snood. Snod, or however you say it. Probably some kind of affinity flavor. I guess I can lead on Great Furnace and cycle the Ash Barrens for a forest. That's what I'm going to do. Go get a forest. Play said forest. They probably have counterspell up. I'll lead on Ichor Wellspring. Nope. Okay, Garden. Wish you were Cloakward. Wish you were the Swarmkeeper. Whenever you cast a spell with mana 4 or greater, create a 1/1. Okay. You need to die. Probably this turn. Unfortunately, I don't have an untapped land. I was hoping to get one. That's what I was hoping for. Dang it. I guess I could just run out Makeshift Munitions now. And that way it's stuck on the board. I think I'm gonna do the Makeshift Munitions now. Play the garden, get a plant token, and pass. And then we'll hopefully deal with this dude our next turn. A lot of deadly disputes. I would like to next turn potentially just play, I don't know, maybe Mogg War Marshal. Yep, that's a big guy. Get another Mogg War Marshal. Not the best. Oh, Moggy boy. Sure. Why not? Well. Just get rid of that guy now. We don't really have any main deck removal, right? No. No, we don't. That's probably not good. I don't know why we don't have any main deck removal. This is like a weird aggro deck that just has a bunch of blockers and that's it. I get like the point. Like you got the Brain Baron guy to the Glimmer Bairn or however you say his name. You got it to I want to play that. I don't think I care about Rancor. Another freaking Mogg War Marshal, really? I'm going to I'm just going to do this now. We do have a million blockers for the Gear Seeker. There's that, but we're not in good shape. We're really not in good shape. We're in very bad shape. Not attacking with Gear Seeker is weird to me. We definitely hope for a better... There's that guy. Okay. 1, 2. Play Mogg War Marshal. Play you. Play you. Pick up you. Play you. And then play you. And we don't have... Unfortunately, don't have Trample. Because we ditched the Rancor. Metalcraft, tap target, artifact, a creature, or land. Okay. That guy's going to die because he's not going to tame down my Glimmer Bairn. We draw... Nope. No to the Echo cost. Not paying it. Alright. Another Rebirth is not the worst. I'm just going to go ahead and sack this new plant token. Stop. Do this right. All right, let's... Don't like the idea of this. Let's Deadly Dispute one of our plant token here. Okay. Okay. This is a little bit more interesting. Let's see what they do here. Okay. Cast with... I guess I'm not going to count that one. They just up and bailed on us. Could have just finished out the game. Mulligan. Mulligan. Keep. I got a bottom 2. Let's bottom... Ash... This is going to sound weird, but let's bottom... Ash Barrens and Ichor Wellspring. It sucks that we have to garden. We lose a Cloakwood trigger, but it is what it is. Don't kill my Cloakwood Swarmkeeper. Leave him alone. They're going to get lightning bolted. Probably. Yes. Oh, they're going to cycle Forgotten Cave. Okay. What deck's running Forgotten Cave in Pauper currently? Oh, it's Kennel Fiend. Well, then. Are we just dead this turn? Play Synthesizer. Not very good. The one time that card shows up is not the time for it to be used. I mean, opponent, if you've got the kill, you got the kill. I'm going to block with a plant token, but I mean, if you got it, you got it. Well, there's 2 Kennel Fiends now. Mogg War Marshal was a good draw there. So yeah, Mogg War Marshal's potentially some good blockers. I'm going to grow my Cloakwood. Yeah, against Kennel Fiend Hot Dogs, I don't know what I bring in. Weather the Storm, maybe? I don't know. Don't really have a whole lot of good for this matchup. We just don't have any removals. That's what's weird about this deck, is the lack of removal spells. Because this is not like a quick aggro deck. I get it's like go wide with its like tokens, but like... Yeah, it's not a very go wide like aggro-y deck. I like what this deck's doing, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like not being able to basically don't interact with your opponent at all, which is not the current state of Pauper. You definitely want to interact with your opponent at all times in the current state of Pauper. See, that's the problem, is they're just going to outgrow us with all these Kennel Fiends and Festival Crashers and stuff. No attacks. Interesting. I'm going to play it. Oh, why couldn't you have been a land? You suck. All right. We dead this turn, opponent. Yeah, we don't have like anything to bring in the sideboard for this deck, which is a bad choice. Honestly, probably just going to bring in the 4 Weather the Storms. I don't know why we don't have some kind of removal in this 75. It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, if they got Tamir Battle Rage, they've got, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Oh, there's Trample. So there's no point of even blocking then. 14. Guess I have to. Because that'd take me down to 19. Yeah, not having any interaction against this deck is actually pretty awful. Yeah, because we don't have anything in the sideboard with it. Yeah, we don't have anything in the sideboard for it. I guess, yeah, I'm just going to bring in the 4 Weather the Storms. Rite of the Initiate seems like a shitty card. I get what it's in here for. Because, you know, your go wide creatures, but like... Maybe we leave it in. I've never got to use it, so... I'm not even going to bring in Weather the Storms. They either have us or they don't. That's the way I'm going to roll with this. Nothing is very good in our sideboard for this matchup, and nothing's very good in our main deck. And then, as weird as this is to say, we have to try to outrace the turn 3 deck with hopefully an army of token spawns. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe Rites is the card that sets this deck off, but my goodness, I can't draw it to save my life. I'm going to keep... We got 1.5 million tokens. It's going to lead on the garden. I'll say they turn 1 Swift Spear. That's probably just downhill for... Yep, there it is. It's like that's just downhill for us. Swift Spear's just going to start them off at such a good pace. Rebirth is interesting. So do I want to go Mogg War Marshal or Rebirth right now? If I go the Chromatic Star and Rebirth, I get to draw a card, so I'm going to do that. They have Luck Trickery. They have Luck Trickery. It is what it is. Not the best draw. I mean, I guess we've been in positions where if we drew that Rites card, we could have won, right? Because we had such a large board, but we just never drew it. Lava Dart's pretty annoying, but at least it's not on the main board, and you have to sacrifice a mountain for it. I think they might have been looking for a second land. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm just going to try to kill off this Swift Spear. Worst case is they have to lose a mutagenic growth, which is fine for us, and we get to keep a goblin if they don't. Yeah, sure. Whatever. It's annoying, but I don't care. I don't think we're winning this game. Alright, Cloakwood. Next turn, depending on what we draw, probably play Ichor Wellspring and pick up the Khalni Garden with Rakdos Carnarium. More than likely. Crash through, sure, so I'm not blocking this turn. I'll probably block with the Mogg War Marshal still. I know they mainly did that so they can get, probably for that second land, I would say. Okay. Ancestral Anger. It's kind of a scary card. Yeah, I'm just going to throw the Mogg War Marshal underneath the bus here. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw that Rites of Passage card. And then potentially just win. So it'd be 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. No, not quite. It'd be a lot of damage, though. Rancor. Well, let's play Ichor Wellspring first. See what we draw. Okay, well that would have been nice. Nope, wrong card. Throw a Rancor on you. Throw down Canarium. Pick up the garden. And then I'm going to attack with both Goblin tokens. Because we can throw the plant underneath Swift Spear, and this is going to set us up for a little bit better if we do draw that Rites card that we just can never draw. I feel like that's probably actually a key factor to how this deck wins. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, that's probably the case. It's probably the card that helps win the game for this deck. No attacks. That's kind of cool. And we draw another Cloakwood that we can't cast this turn. I guess we could Ash Barrens up a forest and play this Cloakwood and then just Rebirth this turn. I actually think that's what I'm going to do. Let's land cycle this away. Go get a forest. Play forest. Play this Cloakwood. Play Rebirth. Draw a card. That was a forest. Because why wouldn't it be? Only a 6/4. I guess they have to waste pump spells if they want their creature to survive, right? Are we dead this turn? That is the question. Considering their mana, maybe not. Well, I guess they just have Manamorphose. Yeah, they just cast free spells. Free draw spells. Okay. I'm just going to yield through turn. Going to throw probably just some dorks underneath the bus here. Depending on what they play or draw. Another Manamorphose, really? So they have to have Battle Rage or something. Okay. It's like they have to have the kill shot here. Because we have them dead on the crackback, potentially. Depending on how they attack or what they do, I suppose. Lava Dart. Yep. There it is. All right, whatever. 1-2 with the Jun Gardens. I like this deck, but I'm just gonna say it. Like, why is there no removal in this deck whatsoever? And like, maybe it is the fact that you're relying on getting Rites of the Initiative, which we never drew. We saw it one time. Maybe that's the case. I guess you have mild removal, Makeshift Munitions, but Makeshift Munitions is not that good right now, I don't think. There's a lot of bigger creatures to deal with. We also never saw Makeshift Munitions in that matchup, which would have probably been a little bit better for us. I just like Cloakwood Swarmkeeper, and any deck that's going to run Cloakwood, I'm a fan of. I'm definitely going to play this deck again at some point, and this is my first time ever playing the deck. I've never seen the deck run either, so maybe I can watch a couple videos, see how other people are piloting the deck. There's a good chance that my piloting is terrible. But against the Mardu Synthesizer and against that Hot Dogs deck, it just felt like we were playing solitaire. We're doing nothing interactive with those decks. Those decks are just going off like crazy. And I was like, I don't know how we win. You know, it's like, what's our win here? Probably just Rites of an Initiate. That's it. Like, there's like no win con. It's like, that's just what it felt like. Glimmer Bairn felt good when we had it, but it was never like crazy either. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look into like some other people playing this deck, but I do want to play this again at some point. But yeah, not a good run for this deck. And just like I said, it just felt like I was doing nothing in terms of like what other people were doing, which is never a good feeling to have when you're playing Magic, unless you're playing Dredge, you know, unless you're kind of doing that. Not being interactive is not a good feeling. And yeah, I couldn't find a way to be interactive with this deck other than Makeshift Munitions, and that just didn't do much of nothing. So I guess that Rights is to go wide. I guess there is that. Maybe I made a wrong choice because I think we were tapped down for the Rights, right? Like we couldn't even activate it if we wanted to, I believe. So who knows? I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to play this deck again because I do like a lot of what this deck is doing. I just, like I said, against those last two matchups, felt like I was doing nothing. But if you enjoyed the video, you can press that subscribe button if you haven't already, and that little bell notification, bell icon will notify you every time I upload, which could get annoying, but it's there. I try to do Magic 3 times a week, mostly in Pauper. And I do a bunch of other video games too, so I hope you enjoy it. I also have a movie channel where I just basically talk about movies. So there's that too. So there'll be a link in the description to that if you want to go check that out. But yeah, that's going to be this Jun Gardens video. Like I said, I'll come back to it at some point, but for right now, that's this. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you later. Peace.